You plan on playing any Paladin today? I am not planning on playing any Paladin today.
Malfurion versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild. Nature must be preserved.
Yeah, you should use 2 Jade Idols. It's one of the best cards in the deck. You usually use the first one to summon a minion and the second one to shuffle. Well, a lot of times you combo one with Vandal as well. Ultimately, the style of this, it's not like the style of this deck is not really based on endgame with gadgets and auctioneer and cycling and infinite Jade Idols like the Miracle list. It's more about tempo, which means every single Jade card is insanely good because it buffs the next one. Like, you shouldn't be cutting any of your Jade cards. Looks like I'll be curving out. Instead of Coin Nourish here, or Innervate Nourish, I'm going to play Jade Idol into Innervate Jade Behemoth. Probably Nourish after that is my plan. I do want to always have board control if I can. So I want to save this Innervate for the Behemoth. Without board control, it's quite easy to lose to like an uncontested Bran or Fandral. I was actually pretty close to Wild Growthing because I have good removal in my hand with Swipe and Fel Rage. So if I Wild Growth Hero Power, I can kind of save the Innervate and I can get the mana from Wild Growth this turn. But I actually still think it's better. Like some of the stuff like Azure Drake, say a Wild Growth Hero Power plays Azure Drake with Coin, like Coin Azure Drake. Then if I want to play Jade Behemoth next turn, playing into it at Spell Power, if I swipe, it's like it's not really the best swipe either. I'm swiping one Azure Drake and a 1/1. I mean, I'm assuming if he trades one root, he trades both. Doesn't make sense to trade one root, one of the roots in, because I could hero power the other, I think. Yeah, Jade Druid will never run out of golems. He's running Raven Idol. It's not at least it's not this kind of the more standard Jade Druid that's been floating around here. Could actually be a Malygos deck. Token? Oh no, that's from the Idol. Not a super big fan of like trades like this because it's not advantageous for me when I'm initiating the combat, but I get to kill Fandral. I don't see a better move here. Jade Behemoth, I can't play Fandral. This also ramps me a little bit before it doesn't matter anymore. Like it still matters a little bit, and it gets me closer to Azure Drake swipe. I was one turn away from Bran plus Behemoth, so that's why I was kind of like hesitating a little bit, but my other plays are kind of weak. All I have is a 4/4 instead of this much power. Ultimately, like with how much cycle I have with Azure Drake, Wild Growth, Gadgetzan, I'm going to be able to combo Bran with the next, Jade Spirit or Eye of Blackpaw, something like that. I have plenty of other cards to use it with, so I wanted to make sure I have tempo this turn. So he has a Jade deck. Jade, Aviana. I'm definitely glad I have more power now.
Time waits for no one.
Did end up just mostly making the obvious play. Just looking for some different alternatives.
A tale of terrible tragedy.
I got the best deals anywhere.
It's a pretty sick turn for him. Like, even his Aviana was from the idol. I'm desperate for tempo, so I just ended up using my last Jade idol for the 5/5. So now I can't go infinite anymore. But ultimately, this matchup is kind of very tempo based. Wow. Absolutely disgusting turn by him, that one turn. So far I can't survive. I need to draw into something, but I can't use gadgets, I have no mana. I don't think this will do it. It's just too much. I think I'm kind of looking for a swipe, but technically I don't even think it would save me.
I concede.
Sorrel, thanks for the sub. Welcome to the StrifeCro. Here's the Crowfist.
Malfurion versus Malfurion.
It ended up where I was a little bit behind early. I was going for a move where I set for swipe, but his 4-mana 7/7 kind of snowballed it out of control. If I keep just this, I can coin Jade Blossom into Jade Spirit into 5-drop. Whereas if I Wild Growth, I turn 1 Wild Growth, turn 2 Jade Spirit, turn 3, or turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. But it's like I'm kind of just don't want the Wild Growth. Maybe it's turn 2, turn 3. Whereas this one is turn 1, do nothing, turn 2, still Jade Blossom, turn 3, still Jade Spirit. I just have one less mana for the rest of the game for a card. It's not worth it. I'm trying. Okay, so the tempo-wise is the same for the first 3 turns, but I end up going to turn like 4 with 6 mana instead of 5. But I have one less card in my hand. That's the difference. You know, because Wild Growth could be another card. Like, part of this Jade Mirror is I think it's really important to consistently drop down Jade minions, and if I have one less card, I might miss a curve, like miss a turn. Even though I have one more mana. I still went for this. Looks like it might turn out good. Giving me more mana could allow me to get into brand combos faster. Looks like the mana will pay off here. I want to start getting my Jade rolling for my brand Jade Spirit next turn. So instead of playing Average Drake, actually kind of makes sense for me to Living Roots instead of Hero Power. Because if he swipes this turn, he's going to be behind. This is gonna, if he wants to swipe, it's trade here, swipe here. Okay, let's pass. I was thinking whether I cashed in my 2/2 because I can play around swipe a little bit, but I don't need to because I have extra mana. I'll trade a 3, like I have an extra mana with Hero Power, and I don't need the 2 damage against the swipe. Blackhawk 44 and Grey Knights, thanks for the sub, guys. Welcome to the StrifeCro. Here's a Crowfist.
Time waits for no one.
I was thinking if I want to like play on swipe a little bit, but I don't even think it makes a big difference because if you swipe hero powers, maybe double swipe might be better trade that one in, but it's just I would have a 2-3 instead of a 2-1 a 2-2, and since he's presumably hero powering something else, like swipe hero power the 5-5, the 2-1 here still survives. So it'd be a 2-1 instead of 2-2 after swipe. So looking at some technical like breakpoints may be okay. Okay, this actually worked out worse because he had a Wrath and the swipe, right? So now he has a good extra minion to hero power. Actually, wait, he's hero powered this. I don't even think it made any difference actually. It actually still worked out the same. Just save the Innervate for Gadgetzan. I didn't really want to save the Living Roots too. I mean, I am playing my Blood Mage this turn. I really want to play my Blood Mage this turn so I can cycle that. I'll have one card from Blood Mage, one card from top deck. So I'll still have 4 cards. Gadgetzan, Innervate. Hopefully I can go off from that. Best Legendary Crafts is Patches and Eye of Black Pulp. Kind of worried that I don't have a Jade card this turn.
I wonder.
I have 2 Jade Idols. Let's go for it.
Time waits for no one. For the wild.
He still has too many spells left over, so I don't like taking this trade because I think my Gadgetzan will not survive anyways. This is a cool matchup, actually. Really cool about how it's the mix between like tempo and trying to maximize your Jade as well. I think I'm dead though. He's too far ahead in tempo now. And I guess an interesting dynamic is once you get to a certain Jade counter, when we're both at like 8 and 9 here, the game ends very quickly. You can't really ever get to infinite with Jade Idols because eventually you can just one-shot your opponent. Like, there would be no trading. Like, say you each play 3 10-10s every turn, there'll never be a point where you have to trade at that point since you could just hit someone for 30 in one turn. 10 plus 11, 20, 30. I mean, okay. So this doesn't have lethal on board, but...
For the wild.
Yeah, that wasn't... yeah. The thing with Jade Idol is, even if you're just wanting to never use Jade Idol, for the cycling 3 idols in your deck, it's still a good card in Jade Druid. Just because even just playing a 1-mana Jade Golem is good. So it's never really about taking out Jade Idol.
Malfurion versus Malfurion.
Since not only do you never win, you waste your time too.
Nature must be preserved.
I feel like Arcane Giants are unnecessary, because you might as well just optimize your deck more for the Jade Idol portion, since every Jade card is like an Arcane Giant. Like, part of it is Arcane Giant gets cheap late game, so it's like 0-mana 8/8, but you could play like Jade Idol for 1-mana 8/8, it's almost as good as 0-mana 8/8. It just makes more sense to go full on Jade, I think. Now I have a nice hand. This matchup, the two most important combos are Bran plus Jade cards and Aya. Aya is actually super good in this matchup because it's kind of like a race to see who gets their Jade counter the biggest, while kind of also a fight for board control together. Get the squeeze in hero power, so I lose 1 less 1/1. This has to be better because I also get the mana. Like, Aya is the single best card in this matchup, probably. I need to try to get her. And also the Bran combo. That's just something that he can play to catch up, because it's just like effectively 2 Jade cards in 1. Jade Blossom actually hasn't really super impressed me, but I think it might be the weakest Jade card in this deck. But I'm not really that close to cutting it either. Kind of scary, but it's not a Jade card, at least. My Jade's growing faster than his. Well, it's the same. I'm gonna be at 4. He's at 4 as well. I'll be at 5 technically after this turn. Ancient War is actually best used these turns before the Jade cards get to 6. So I actually still have time for my Ancient War before he gets to 6.
For no one.
I have 4, 3, 3, so that's 10. If I hit to 9, then I hit to 8, that's still not really a breakpoint. I don't really care the 5 damage too much, but I guess right now I don't see it making too much difference to hero power it there. What? How come he didn't attack? Weird. I guess I'm still not attacking either. There might be a reason why he didn't attack, to try to bait me not in attacking, but I have breakpoints as well, because even if he trades other stuff into my Jade Behemoth, I have the Living Roots to make up the trade with my Ancient War into his Ancient War. So I don't need that 3 damage. Raven Isles are cut because Arcane Giant. It's not necessary here either. Kind of a cut together, have more synergy with the Jade cards. Okay, it still makes sense. Because I don't get to play a Jade Spear this turn, but now with Bran, I want to play that together. I don't want to give up too much tempo, so I guess my my default move is maybe like Nourish then Jade Spirit and attack, but since I used enough spells to kill another minion, kind of made up for that. I have both Bran and Aya, but his Aya came first. This match is gonna be pretty explosive from this point on.
For the wild.
That's a cool thing to note. The Ancient Warrior is best like early on turn 7-ish to turn 9 before the Jade cards get above 6. Because then the Ancient Warrior doesn't trade as well once the Jade gets to 6.
Time waits for no one.
Yeah, he has more Jade Golems here. And once the Jade Golems get this high, I can't just play more minions because it just one-shots me.
Golems are a girl's best friend.
I couldn't have Feral Rage and traded 2-3 and traded here. I would be dead on board. I made a mistake this game. I just realized now. When I played my Bran Jade Spirit turn to set up for so I could fit in the Feral Rage and then play Aya the next turn, that was actually a mistake. I think I need to go for Bran Aya because these turns the game is very quickly over, and if I went for Jade Spirit first, even though I could get an extra Feral Rage in to hit one of his minions, Aya's too slow now because half of Aya is in the Death Rattle, but there's not another turn. So if I played Bran Aya. Also, Aya was hard to play. Like, say turn 10, I got lucky I drew a Feral Rage, I could play him with Feral Rage. But if I should just play Bran Aya and then have the Jade Spirit, because Jade Spirit's also easier to play with other cards. Only 4 mana instead of 6, and then Aya needs time for the Death Rattle, which I don't have. I need a trade. Okay, I need a swipe, basically. I only have 3 mana left over, no more Feral Rages for this combo. I could try to draw Innervate and swipe. Actually, all I need is a swipe, but I also need other stuff together, huh? If I just Nourish and a swipe, trade here, swipe, trade here, I only have a 8-8 against 8-8, so I'm still not ahead. I need a crazy turn. So I need a... Actually, wait. Nourish if I draw Jade Idol and swipe, huh? Okay, I think that makes sense.
You dying now.
Time waits for no one.
I don't think I win with just a swipe without a Jade Idol there, too. Plus, I die here a lot still.